Hey friends, Dan Brzezowski from allaboutminibikes.com, and I'm here in my garage and I want to talk about a build that I'm starting right now. And this is just a small garage. I think it's two and a half car garage, but everything we've ever done starts out of here. And then I may take it to a shop or have somebody do something like I don't bend these tubing in here. We've tried, but it's just not real easy or good to do. But what I'm trying to show is that people buy plans. These plans I sell, these are vintage and they work, but you have to know what you're doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video actually going through this whole process. But right down here is like one that I did. And I'm going to probably deconstruct this one because two reasons. Number one, it's MIG welded. And when I took it to other people, they said, hey, I just wouldn't trust the weld. But number two, because when I did my measurements and created, well, I didn't make a jig for that, and that was the problem here. And I have my tubing up here too close, and it needs to be separated more. But it's only through doing a bunch of different ones that you find out what to do or what to do right or what to do wrong. We had a couple that were pretty good that we got rid of, but then the most successful is our right over there, our little red racer. That one right there. So that came out really good, but I changed the frame design on that, not coming forward like I will with this new one, just because I wanted it to fit a little bit differently with the motor and that, and for sure the 8-inch wheels. And I don't know if we're going to put 5 or 8 on here yet. I won't know till we really get this one done. But I just want to tell you that in these simple builds like this, and I'm trying to show you so that anybody could do this at home, that even the pipe bending here, if you're going to get the tube bending like we did, we had the, you could go to an automotive place that does, just go to one that's strictly exhaust pipes because they bend their own. You can't go to you got to go to more of a shop one where they bend it all their own. You can't go to a big corporate one. Some of them do bend, but some of them don't. And why I'm saying that is because what we did is we don't even take a top bend in here like to come out for the seat. We just wanted to make it so simple that anybody could do this at home. And so this is the one that we're going to be using now, coming directly off these plans. And I'll show you in the next videos as we get going. I'm going to tell you about the tubing, where to get it, how to get it, where you could or should get it bent, and exactly how to start your build without even using jigs or anything like that at all. And that's what I found. I found people that bought the plans and then they come across it and they do really good, but they just have so many questions that I guess the plans don't cover, and then I'm doing a lot of explaining. So that's why I'm going to create the video on it as we go along. It won't be super duper fast because, again, I do have to get outside help. I'm not a welder, and so that was MIG welded, and it's just not good. It's not a good weld. But what I will do with this one here, besides give you exact measurements, in fact, we're going to lay it out on a piece of paper and shoot spray paint so that the whole tube frame would be there, and it could just be actually laid out and measured out if need be. But in the case of this one here, what we'll end up doing is getting it put together, but we'll just tack weld it, okay? So let's say these here are the brackets for the seat. Well, it would lay on there and just tack. Would then have to be welded. Same with any of these parts, it would just be tack welded. Same thing with the neck. We only use DOM, okay? Dolodermandrum, and that's because there is no seam in there, and this is the best you should use for the neck. Because when you weld that neck onto the front of the tubing, the heat will, if you have a seam in there, the heat could mess that up. But when you have a DOM, you won't get that warping in there, at least not to the same amount. So I'm just trying to explain what we're doing and how anybody could do it out of their garage, because I didn't know jack about doing it. We've done it several times. We've made mistakes. I mean, I've made mistakes. You can't blame anybody but yourself. These forks here, they're good, but I made the mistake I took them to my buddy, but I didn't explain to him right how he should have turned them. And of course, the bars come in instead of going out some. They're still good bars. I might try to take and just see if I can get them into a super big vise somewhere at maybe a contractor's place and just see if they can be bent apart a little bit. Now, these ones here, though, it's not a good weld we did on here, but this was TIG. I'm sorry. This was TIG, where that was MIG. So these are strong. That's not. You can see the welds in here, just not a good weld at all. And those are MIG. And so our last idea that I'm going to have when I get this done is that I would bend all the frames and I would actually put it together. I'd build the jig, put it together, and just tack the whole thing. And then a person could purchase it. And then if they're a certified welder, they could TIG weld it, do a good job, or take it somewhere, because that would be very inexpensive, but everything would already be just put together. They would just need to do the real weld on it, the final weld. So that's where I'm at. If you have questions, feel free to put them in the comments or write me and let me know. But it won't be a really quick process, but as I'm doing it, I'm going to shoot another one probably tomorrow or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. And I'll let you see the first steps that I take. But for now on, when I saw the plans, I'm going to start putting in there and give you also the ideas of where you can get the tubing if you weren't going to be getting it from me. All right? So thanks for watching. Please share. If you have questions and or comments, please put them in there. And I'll try to answer them as best as I can and explain a whole lot more as we get going. So thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to our site, YouTube channel, All About Mini Bikes, Facebook channel, All About Mini Bikes, and also we have a website called allaboutminibikes.com. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and keep riding those mini bikes.